In the last period, we have studied about naming an organism and how the scientific names have been given to different organisms depending on the binomial nomenclature. Now, here we have with the animal kingdom the major groups of animals with the phylum. Now, the animal kingdom is divided into 9 major groups with 9 different phylums. So, what is phylum? Phylum is the largest group which keeps on making us to differentiate between a huge group of animals. So, here we find that a phylum is the largest division of the classification of plants and animals. Related classes constitute a phylum. So when we are studying about the animal life, we will observe again the animals are being divided into different forms like crawling, some being in water, being aquatic, some are eating only flesh, some are only herbivores. So all these different kinds of things we will keep on observing, and we will be grouping it into a major group. So that is nothing but the phylum. Now here we find that these 9 major groups are with phylum Porifera, phylum Nidaria, third is phylum Platyhelminths, fourth phylum Nematoda, fifth phylum Annelida, sixth phylum Arthropoda, seventh phylum Mollusca, eighth phylum Echinodermata, and the last one, that is ninth phylum Chordata. So with this, we will observe that these 9 phylums will keep on having their own characteristics. But before going to that, first we will find out how these phylums are divided into vertebrates and invertebrates. So with vertebrates and invertebrates, the animal kingdom is divided into 2 subgroups on the basis of presence or absence of vertebral column. So we already know that vertebrates and invertebrates, we differentiate them with the absence or presence of vertebral column. Vertebral column, that is the backbone. Now non-chordata also said to be as invertebrates, we can say, or else chordata as vertebrates. So with non-chordata, the notochord is found at any stage of life. Now, what is notochord? Notochord is like a cartilaginous substance which is found in the body, just near to the vertebral column or in the nervous system. So, this notochord is absent in any stage of life in invertebrates. So, that is why they are said to be as non-chordata. Body is without vertebral column, so no vertebral column, no chordata is present, and that is why they are grouped into invertebrates. Heart is poorly formed. If present, it is situated on the dorsal side. So when we consider our body, our heart is to the ventral side and backbone is to the dorsal side. So dorsal side means the upper part, or the it is said to be as dorsal side. So heart is poorly formed in invertebrates and it is to the top part or the upper part of the body. RBCs are absent in the blood. So here no RBC is formed in the blood. Nervous system situated at the ventral side. So the ventral system is to the upper side and lower side, and heart is to the upper part. With chordata, notochord is present at all the stages of life. So, what in vertebrates or in chordata, we find that the notochord is present in all stages of life. All stages of life means what? That is in when the baby is forming as an embryo in the mother's womb. At that stage also it is observed, or else in the adulthood also it is been observed, and that is why it is said to be as in all stages of life. So it can occur during the embryo stage, or it can occur in the childhood stage, or also it can occur in adulthood stage. So as it is chordata, so presence of vertebral column is present. So because notochord is present near to the vertebral column. Heart is situated at ventral side. So we can consider our body and we can see where is our heart, and that is the ventral side of our body. So heart is situated at the ventral part, that is the inner part, whereas hemoglobin is found in RBCs. So if we check our blood, so we find that it keeps on having the red color. So, and that red color is because of the hemoglobin. Nervous system is situated at the dorsal side. So, the nervous system which is in the upper part of our body. Now, with the vertebrates and invertebrates, the difference between vertebrates and invertebrates, which you can find it in your textbook too. So first point which says about they have an internal skeleton. So vertebrates, yes, in our body also we have internal skeleton, but in invertebrates no internal skeleton is present. Next, second point, a backbone is present in vertebrates. So the vertebral column we have, the backbone is present in our body, but in invertebrates we will observe that there is no presence of backbone. Third point, a tail is usually present. Now you may say that where is our tail, isn't it? So how that tail is been, so the tail part we will be studying in the ahead chapters. So then you'll come to know that where our tail has gone. But in vertebrates we will find that the tail is usually present, and in invertebrate tail is absent. But instead of tail, what do we observe? That anus at the tip of the back end of the body is observed. So instead of tail, what do they have? The anus at the end of the body. Next, fourth point, heart is on the ventral side of the body in vertebrates. And in invertebrates, what we have seen, that the heart is poorly developed, and if it is present, then it is on the dorsal side of the body. Next, nerve or the spinal cord is dorsal and hollow. So when we see our body also, in that if we observe our spinal cord, it is just like how we keep on stacking the paper cups. So it is hollow inside, isn't it? So same way the nerves also, or the spinal cord, is dorsally situated in our body, and it is hollow, or in the vertebrates. Next, in invertebrates we will find that the nerve cord is in the ventral side and it is solid in state. Next, with the sixth point, they have two pairs of limbs. So we have two hands and two legs. So two pairs of limbs the vertebrates keeps on having. Next, in the invertebrate, we will observe that they have three or more pairs of limbs if present. So if they do have the limbs, then we will observe that they have the two pairs or more than three pairs or more than three pairs of limbs are been observed. In vertebrates, we will observe that the hemoglobin is present, and that is why it keeps on imparting red color to the red blood cells. So hemoglobin in RBC is found in vertebrates, whereas in invertebrates, hemoglobin if present, it gets dissolved, or mostly it is absent. So this is the difference between vertebrates and invertebrates. So with vertebrates and invertebrates also, we will observe that the 9 major groups which we have seen with the kingdom animal. So from first to ninth with different phylums. So first to eighth, first phylum, that is from phylum 1 to phylum 8 with Porifera to Echinodermata, are grouped under the category of invertebrates. And the last phylum, that is with Chordata, it comes under vertebrates. So first we will be studying about the first 8 invertebrates which belongs to the phylum Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, and Echinodermata. So this is coming under invertebrates, and only the last part which keeps on going on with the Chordata. So in the head part, we will be studying about this different kinds of phylum and what are the characteristics and the examples and their existence, how they keep on being or they are grouped into different phylums. So hope you have understood this part, and next part we will start with the phylum.